I believe I've tried every other option out there. I've tried I've tried rehabs, I've tried Alcoholics Anonymous, I've tried Narcotics Anonymous, I've tried God, I've tried family, I've tried friends, I've tried drinking with certain conditions, drinking only a certain amount, drinking only a certain type. Nothing had worked. Nothing had worked. There was a pivotal moment for me when I was in the bathroom and I was looking at myself and I saw death. I was malnutritioned. I was underweight, 60 pounds. I was literally drinking myself to death. I was drinking more than eating. And any eating that I did because I knew that I had to. That if I didn't, that I would eventually die. But essentially, I was dying of malnutrition. And in that moment, I realized that if I were to die right now, nobody would notice. I would just disappear. And you know, that was the moment where I said, well, there's got to be another way. And I thought about killing myself. Physical craving, it's undescribable, and only an alcoholic can feel it. It is this insatiable desire in the face of death, in the face of anything that can go wrong. It doesn't matter what's at stake. It doesn't matter what you've just been through. It doesn't matter what resolutions you've made to stay sober. Your mind will forget how bad it's been, and all you'll begin to think about is that one instant of that alcohol will give you. But my drinking began to spin out of control, and once that started, I lost everything I had. I lost my dignity. I nearly lost my son. I lost my job. I lost my family, and more importantly, I had lost any hope. And then I ran across this program with the implant, and what it's done for me, it's allowed me to think clearly, and those thoughts have enabled me to act a completely different way. See, this disease is threefold. You suffer from a spiritual malady, you suffer from a physical malady, and you suffer from a mental malady. Those impulse instincts have gone away, and I've been able to look deep into what's really been bothering me all my life. And without this implant, I don't think I would have been able to do that. Like I said, this thing has saved my life. I found new employment, good employment. I've rekindled with my wife. I have 2 loving children. Back with my mother. I have a relationship with her again. My first drink was probably around 12 years old. I held off as long as I could. But I had that drink when I was 12. I liked what it did for me, but I was unable to get it. My mom saw what happened and she prohibited it. I actually, ironically, I'm a little bit grateful that I became ailed with this disease, or that it brought me down to where it did, because I'm much happier now than I've ever been, and I owe it all to the program. You get the implant, you stop the thoughts, but really the drinking is just a symptom. So until you work on inside and making better choices and living as a human being, you're going to go back. And so without those two coupled, you'd be back to square one. You stop drinking, you're going to be able to feel better. Well, I felt better, all right. I felt resentment better. I felt anger better. I felt all these things better. And I wasn't able to deal. I came to the point where I was going to kill myself. I thought there was no way out. I thought I was just, first I thought I was just maladjusted to life. Then I thought I was just a mistake altogether. Then I thought I was forsaken by God. And then I realized this is a real disease. This is like a form of diabetes, a form of cancer. And there's got to be a way to fix it. And I found that there are other people like me. You just have to admit to it, and you have to ask for help. And once you ask for help and you get this implant, it takes those things away, and you can deal with the real problem. I owe my life to this program, absolutely. I would recommend it to anybody.